Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to take you through a quick core routine for those starting to get some low back pain from sitting. If you haven't already, I encourage you to do the lacrosse ball release video, as well as the treat hip and low back discomfort in and around your seat video, as they would be good prep work before you do this. Otherwise, get your mat on the ground and follow me. We're going to stretch our hip flexors out really quick with a half kneeling hip flexor stretch, 30 seconds on each side. I'll let you know when to switch. We want to open these up really quick as they've been turned on for a long time from sitting, and if they're too tight, they can pull our back and pelvis into a position that increases compression in the low back. Let's switch sides. Now we're going to transition into a bound angle to stretch our low back gently and get the groin muscles too while we're at it. If you struggle with this, go into a child's pose instead. Pictures in the corner. We're going to go for 30 seconds. Next movement. We'll lay on our back with our knees bent and touching and arms straight out by our side. Keeping the upper back pinned, we'll spend a minute rolling our lower trunk back and forth with the knees together. When we're sitting, our trunk is generally only moving in one plane of motion, if we're moving at all, so we want to get some movement going in the rotational plane for our core and low back to open things up a bit. Easy part over. We're going to do sit-ups now. If you need to stick your feet under the couch for help, go for it. I like to keep my hands in front of me and imagine I'm trying to throw an axe forward as I sit up to engage the abs full on. We're going to do 20. Keep up with me. I'm going slow. Ab activation can be helpful in shutting down some of the low back muscle tension and opening up your low back joints. Now we're going to transition into a 30-second plank on our elbows and toes. Try not to let your butt and low back sag to the ground. If this is too hard for you, plank off your knees, but try to hang on with me for 30 seconds. Next up, side plank. You're going to do this off your feet and elbows. If this is too hard for you, you can do this with bent knees. Whatever you pick, try to keep your whole body straight when you do this. Squeezing through your butt will help you keep your thighs aligned with your torso. Also, try not to let your upper body sag into your shoulder blade. It's tough, but I know you can do it. Good job. Let's switch sides. I know it might be tough, but you got this. Now that our core is warmed up for stabilization, let's combine that with some glute activation with the bridge. Flip back onto your back with your knees bent and feet shoulder width apart. Keeping your core tight, lift your butt off the ground, trying to push through with your glutes without overarching your low back. Go for 20 reps. Make sure you come back to the ground with control each time. We're almost to the end. You're doing great. Next up is a primal position with alternating leg extensions to keep building on what we did with the bridge. Go square on your hands and knees, then lift your knees 2 to 3 inches off the ground so you're on your hands and bent toes, trying to keep your back parallel to the ground as best as you can. You can pause here for a second if you need a moment to get the hang of it. Once you got it, you're going to extend one leg at a time, trying to squeeze your butt as you straighten the knee behind you before bringing it back square underneath you. This one might be tough. Try your best to do as many as you can. We're going for 20 here. Great job. Last exercise. We're going to do crossover mountain climbers. Go onto your hands and feet with your arms locked out and bring your butt high enough so you're parallel to the ground. Trying to keep your core a little tight. You're going to bring one knee to the opposite elbow, rotating your trunk a little. We're going for 20 reps. Don't let your knees or feet hit the ground in the process. You'll feel this one in your obliques. Great work. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next video. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to like or subscribe to our channel.